So, I don't know where the video cut off. I might go back and find out. But, I think I left off talking about not being distracted by, like, spiritual theft. It's, I'm not suggesting that it's not a real thing and da-da-da-da. I'm sure, to some degree it is, maybe a little bit. But, behind the scenes, I still maintain my position, which is that I'm not really willing to tolerate a whole lot of dialogue that would suggest that God is just going to sit up here and just let. Because, like, any dialogue that gives off the impression that something that God has control over or that he specifically designed for somebody else is just going to somehow be controlled by somebody who is God's creation, like I'm never going to sit in that stew. Like, you're never going to get me in that pot under any circumstances, because it implies weakness, and I don't play that about my Father, because I'm weak, and in him he and his strength is made, you can see his strength in me. When I say that I'm weak, then I can become strong in him. But he is not weak. And so that dialogue where it's just like, I can just go and do X, Y, and Z. It's just like, it's time to get like that other perspective about what else happens and the blowback and the consequences and what all is involved and who got to do what, this, that. Like, it's time to get the rest of the story, because there's something else. Like, there's some elements missing to that dialogue, that to the point where I'm just like tired of hearing about it. But when it comes to that Destiny, like that whole bit, like, for one, I think that a huge element of it has to do with trying to get the person who was supposedly robbed, to try to get them to basically stop showing up. Because if they don't, God, like, heaven is going to continuously be like, let me put this back where it belongs. They try and take it in. Look, this goes here. This goes here. This goes here. And repeatedly. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think is going on. But come on. Because I think my broccoli cheddar soup is overheating it here on the stove. Not quite. We caught it just in time. But I think that dialogue is getting to be a distraction, where it's just like, low key, I'm like, is this like a little bit creating covetousness of my own stuff? You know what I mean? Where it's just like, is this a distraction? Like, yes, I'm sure that to some degree some of this might be true. I'm certain that it is, because the Bible talks about that, but not to a degree where it's supposed to be fixated on. And I don't recall any scriptures that says that we're actually supposed to.